I would like to call to order the Township of Aleppo's workshop meeting of April 13th, 2026 at 7:05. If I could ask everyone to join me on the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
President Haluka,
Present.
Vice President Williams,
Present.
Commissioner Amatucci,
Present.
Solicitor Dewar.
Present.
All of our meetings are live streamed as well as recorded, so they end up on YouTube, where I'm sure everyone is aware they remain. I would entertain a motion to approve the March 17th legislative meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Motion carries. Under old business, I believe we have a guest to talk about the support for the community solar bill, Mr. Tim Kelly.
Thank you, Judy. Well, when we left off last time, you asked for petition signatures.
Yes.
I have 16 from diverse places across the township. You know, and in truth, if you were to ask anybody in the township or practically anywhere else, if they wanted to get, if they did X, they would get a 15% cut off their power bill or whatever it is. They'd probably say, yeah. You know, so that's what this is aiming at, is that and helping to decarbonize the grid, which we very much need to do. It's still stuck in committee. I checked with Devlin Robinson's office. Unfortunately, they're still holding it up. But more municipalities, including Forest Hills and Westview, have signed on recently. I think I had Gwen disseminate all that information, including the article
Yes, I read
on
it.
New Jersey's expansion. It's coming. You know, it's just a question of being able to get enough political pressure behind it to make it happen. And you have an opportunity to help make that pressure increase. And basically, I'm going to keep it short. I don't know what your feelings are at this point. What I'd like to do before I close out is remind people what's at stake. Dave, I have a 1.5-minute video for you to play. Dave, if you would.
Hi, I'm Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, and I want to tell you what a zettajoule is. A joule, J-O-U-L-E, is the basic unit of measure of heat energy. A zettajoule is a joule with this many zeros behind it. 21 zeros. It is an enormous number. It's so enormous that if this was a zettajoule and you took the entire amount of heat energy created by humankind to power all of our cars and machinery and our lights and everything else, that would be about half a zettajoule. And then you could peel off the part that was renewable, and this would be our fossil fuel energy use of the entire planet. And for the price of that, we add, because of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and the other greenhouse gases, we add 14 zettajoules of heat into the ocean every year. That's why oceans are warming, that's why coral reefs are dying, that's why the ocean is climbing up along our shores, that's why species are moving around and going extinct. It matters to humans not to have oceans that are getting overheated. So we have to stop our carbon emissions in order to stop dumping this heat into the oceans every year.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. I can draw a straight line between that and the need to put in to decarbonize our grid. It's that simple. That's part of it. You know, so, you know, the Australians, I'm going to bring this up, the Australians are getting 3 hours of free power a day. Why? Because after their fires and after the damage to the reef, they got fed up and they built out their solar power. They are the solar powerhouse of their region of the planet. We could have free power at some point if we were to do something like that. And HB 504 is a tiny part of that movement. So I'm here to ask, can we get this done?
You said it's tied up in committee now?
It's tied up in committee, I'm gonna be really straight up about it. The Senate is basically owned by the fossil fuel industry. It's corruption. They're not gonna move to do anything that hurts the fossil fuel industry. They're the profits. But if we build enough, support behind it, hopefully, it'll move. And you gotta try. You can't just sit here and do nothing. You gotta try. So that's where, hold on one second. Here's the roll call so far. Allegheny County, City of Pittsburgh, Sharpsburg, Carlisle, Lancaster Township, Lancaster City, the City of Philadelphia, millions of people. Erie, Westview, Lower Marion Township, Lower Lebanon, very conservative. It's not exactly a liberal township or borough. Braddock and Forest Hills. So it just keeps growing, and it may have more on that list. Now, that was as of the 30th of last month. People are working hard at it, trying to do this. I've got John Orndorff down in Glen Osborne, going to bring it up with his board, and Jess Sindrich over in Lee Township going to bring it up with hers. So you just keep chewing away. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. I appreciate so much you're letting me bring this up with you, and I hope you'll answer in the affirmative.
Gwen, can we, given our lack of Jed and George, who showed an interest, can we put this on the legislative meeting to schedule a vote one way or the other, and just put it to rest? Okay. We will vote on this at the legislative meeting. I'm just
I'm not
reluctant
working.
having
Yeah.
only 3 of us here, and I
Yeah.
know that
Right.
that George had an interest in knowing some information, and so did Jed, and so I don't want to cause a vote to happen with only 3 of us here. So,
And that's fine. George, I want to thank George
We'll
in
do
his
that at the
absence,
legislative.
because he has submitted in this process some rather insightful questions that have led to hopefully some answers to make people happy with what this is about.
I did hear from George, he is traveling through the 24th, so he will not be here at the next meeting. I think he
tell
told me.
him to come back.
Just so
He has
everyone-
checks to sign.
That's it.
Is it
Tell him I said he has checks to sign.
Is it something we said?
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks.
Judy. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, new business. I hear that we have a special guest. Our fire chief is here and wants to speak with us.
Hello all.
Hello.
Aye.
I'm here tonight to talk about an issue.
Do you know Chief Davis? Francis?
No,
This is
No.
Chief Davis. He's
Hi.
the fire chief for Aleppo Township.
I'm the new
New
one,
commissioner.
new commissioner, yeah, newbie.
Here tonight to talk about, we'll talk to the board. I think Gwen made you aware a few months back, we're having an issue with some of the residents complaining about our siren. The siren has been with the company since 1948. It alerts the public of if there's anything going on in the township. It's actually dual purpose. It's for the fire company, it's also for emergency management. Emergency management has their own tone. It cycles for 1 minute. Aleppo, our fire siren, when it goes off for the fire company, it cycles for 5 times 52 seconds. So since last year, at some point in 2025, Allegheny County changed the dispatch procedures.
I'm sorry again?
Allegheny County, they changed our dispatching procedures. We're dispatched through Allegheny
Oh,
County.
That's a
now.
911 system.
Right, gotcha.
So the current method is they dispatch you. You have 5 minutes to get a truck on the road. They dispatch you. If you don't, every call has what they call a box assignment or an alarm assignment. So our alarm assignment, say if something came in this building for a fire alarm, our alarm assignment would be our engine, our ladder truck. If neither one of those 2 vehicles call in service in 5 minutes, they dispatch you again. So then the siren goes off again. Another 52 seconds, 5 cycles. So then it goes 2 minutes, and then if you don't have a truck on the road within 2 minutes, they dispatch you a third time. Historically, right now, our time's anywhere between 5 and 6 minutes we're on the road. I mean, you keep in mind, we're strictly volunteer. You know, we cover almost 12 square miles between Aleppo and Swickley Heights. Our station is not manned, 100% volunteer. We pull guys from 5-mile radius who participate in our fire company. So it is hard for us to get a truck on the road in 5 minutes. You get into some of the other communities, some, you know, the boroughs and stuff around us, where their population is near their station, they really don't have that issue. So what we're seeing is the siren going off sometimes at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. It might be going off 2 or 3 times, and it's a nuisance. I think if I lived next door to it, I would be upset as well. So we had a company come in a while ago and look at what's called the siren controller. It actually controls the siren and a device. It was new when we built the building in 2003, so it's kind of outdated. It doesn't have the programming abilities that we would like. We asked the company that would purchase a new siren controller if it would be able to program it, reprogram it to where the siren would go off the first time and time out for a period of 10-15 minutes and then come back on. So it wouldn't be dispatching for the 5 minutes and the 7 minutes.
What's the county feel about that?
Well,
I mean, is that okay?
I have an issue with the county because the county, they're the one implementing these changes.
Right.
But where are they at when we have to fight fire? They're not gonna tell us what to do. I mean, that's our stance. These complaints came to the fire company. They were also CC'd to Gwen, some of them. Started back in August of last year, and we've met numerous times with the fire company. We've had Bearcom, who's our communication company, come down and look to see what we have. Because there is a process. There's a process, you know, we don't want to go out and frivolously spend money out of our budget
Okay.
to do something and it not work. So the few of the residents that are complaining, you know, they want quiet hours, whether it's 9 to 9, 9 at night to 9 in the morning, 7 at night to 7 in the morning. This came up before our board and our body, and they voted it down. They said, you know, public safety does not take silent hours.
I'm just sitting here thinking, I hope my house doesn't catch on fire at 10 p.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, you know, we do have alternate means of dispatching. We have apps on our phones, we have pagers, but there is a few guys who live in this area that rely on that siren. You know.
Absolutely.
But also, in a lot of it, in my view, it alerts the public that there's something going on.
And then you guys are gonna be running up Glen Mitchell in your cars.
Yeah, you're gonna be coming to
absolutely.
the station, and then, you know, in a short period after that, you're gonna see a fire truck, you're gonna see an ambulance, you're gonna see a police car. It alerts the public. I do understand about the quiet hours, but our body took the stance that, look, we're not, you know, we're gonna look into other alternatives other than just shutting the siren down.
Did you guys look, Bull, just from numbers, how often this actually happens? I mean, how often are you being dispatched? Is this happening 4 nights a week? Is this happening 1 night a month? Or somewhere in
It's quite
between?
often. I can tell you right now, in 2026, we have 104 calls. So that is a lot of calls so
Okay,
far.
So once every 3 days?
Yeah, so the problem is, it's not a real problem, but
Today.
one,
It's like once a day.
yeah.
100 divided by 3 months?
Oh, I'm going over a year.
No, yeah, so
sorry.
3
Okay.
months, so
Well-
it's like once a day,
It's
yeah.
like once a day.
Last year, we had 237 calls. So of the 237 calls, we have 2 categories. We have Aleppo is District 1, District 2 is Swickley Heights. So in 2025, we had 117 calls. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. Add that up real quick. 168 calls in Aleppo last year, and then 74 in Swickley Heights. Now, of the 168 of those calls, 117 of them were mutual aid. Means we're going out of town.
Mhm.
So really, Aleppo had 51 calls in Aleppo Township, 117 were out of town. So one thing that we're seeing, and one of the reasons why this alarm is sounding more often, is because of the mutual aid.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
And here, my view is this is going back to the county, because the county wants, for initial fire alarm, is 4 engines and 2 ladder trucks.
Wow.
So for a residential fire alarm, you're sending 6 pieces of equipment
Is
because
that because they're not full? Is that because they have less guys on them?
lack of manpower. You might, there's some companies in our area that will show up with 1 truck and 2 guys. So that's why the county's position is, look, we're sending the resources. You're getting your six trucks for an initial fire alarm, carbon monoxide alarm. If it's a structure fire, I mean, it's a lot more involved than that. But that's why we're seeing last year 117 calls out of town. And that goes from anywhere from Bellevue to Ambridge.
How many times are we using mutual aid?
I think last year we only used them like 4
I
times.
was gonna say it's not much. It's definitely out of
Because
joint.
we take the position in Aleppo is, if we can't answer our bread and butter calls ourselves, you got other problems.
So you go on a call if needed, dispatch,
The
right?
way the alarm assignments, if anything comes over, smoke or fire, it automatically dumps to a second alarm. But for a residential fire alarm, residential carbon monoxide alarm, vehicle accident, it's just
It's
just
you.
Aleppo. So we've been fortunate. Now, I can't say that you're gonna get 2 trucks on the road at 2 o'clock in the morning when your alarm goes off for a fire alarm, but we do pretty well for ourselves as far as manpower. So with the frustration from our residents, with the multiple siren activations, it's kind of twofold. It's, one, is because of all the mutual aid that we're going to. 2, with the county changing their dispatch procedures, we used to, last year, if I acknowledged a call, because my truck is a command vehicle, my truck is listed as a unit going to that alarm assignment. If I called on the radio and said 101 Chief is en route, that's all they wanted, was an acknowledgement from the company, from the station. That means we heard it,
We got it.
we're en route. Well, now they changed it, now it's unit specific. So now it has to be that engine or that ladder truck on that alarm assignment.
That's,
So-
that's the county's position.
That's what the county
That's
wants.
county
And they're
policy.
following, I reached out to Marissa O'Malley, she's in charge of the dispatching procedures. Sent an email to her because I spoke to all of our Quaker Valley mutual aid companies. And you're seeing, I mean, Swickley's probably had the most manpower over the years, never had an issue. They're getting dispatched 2 and 3 times now too. It's just the lack of manpower around. you
It's
know.
just not.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people doing this job anymore, so, I have, Marissa reached, I sent her the email explaining the frustrations that we're having. You know, we don't want the rift between us and our residents, because indirectly our residents support us. We've had great support from our residents over the years, and the last thing we wanna do is tarnish a relationship because of the siren. The company that I spoke of earlier, Bearcom, they did come out and we reprogrammed the tone. It only goes for 2 cycles now. And we've gotten positive feedback from one of the residents saying, hey, it's much less of an annoyance. The only problem is we can only do so much with that siren controller. We can only do so many things. So, the reason why I'm here,
So the current siren is limited.
we're limited because it's an analog siren. There's only 4 functions that siren can do.
Okay.
One of them obviously is to activate our siren. 1 is the light outside, and then 2.
It's
the
not
third one-
digitally programmable, like you can program your Nest, your thermometer, you can program your lights to go on and off or whatever. They don't have that option because it's not digital. So,
Right. So the new one is what we're looking into right now from Bearcom. They don't call it a siren controller, they call it an alert tone decoder. So we asked them we met with Bearcom, their 2 service techs, and this is what they came up with. This will do everything that we need as far as reprogramming. Anything in the future, if we want to add stuff to it, you can do it basically over your phone. So that device is, for the device and the installation is roughly $5,200. So we brought it up, we discussed it at our meeting last week, and our board is kind of split. You know, we don't want to spend the money to appease 9 people, but something needs to be done. We need to update. I mean, that siren controller was new when we built the building in 2003. So moving forward, do we upgrade the siren? You get with the times and have it programmed to where we can program it, we can fine tune it ourselves. And the board said, well, let's see if the township maybe consider helping with emergency management.
Is there anything else that you would use the siren for? If it was this one?
No, because I think we're pretty much covered with the fire tone and then emergency management tone.
Okay.
I think a lot of it too is education. I think we need to educate our residents on what the different tones mean. I know we did it the first time when we did the emergency management tone. I don't know if that's something we need to look into, maybe do it more often.
Yeah, maybe put it in a newsletter or.
Yeah, maybe in the
Like
news.
do a video demonstration of like, this is what the fire tone sounds like, and then program it to say, this is what the emergency alert sounds like.
That's a wonderful
And we
idea.
can put that out
That's a
on
good
our.
idea.
And maybe put something in the newsletter to the state, you know, hey, April 20th on a Saturday at 1 o'clock, we're gonna activate the siren so you get a feel for what it sounds like and how long it goes. Because right now, emergency management tone is 1 minute, so it's a distinctive sound compared to what we have now. Because ours would go up, ramp up and down 5 times. Emergency management tone is one long
It's
blast.
steady, it's a big long.
Yeah.
And how long-
Question, do you have a number in your head that your guys would be open to? Do you have a number in your head that you want from us? I
They
won't
just
beat around
said,
the
they
bush.
just said, asked if the township would consider helping. And I said, that's
Okay.
the only thing I could do is go to the township and ask. Yeah, I don't know, whatever, if they were willing to help, that would be great. If not, I don't know what,
What's the range of the need in terms of finances?
No fire department has extra money hanging around in the
Yeah.
door.
What did you say the cost of it was? 5,200?
yeah, it's like 51,
5,200.
Yeah.
yeah,
5,200.
5,200. The device itself is 3429, and then installation is 1560. So a total of 5138. Yeah.
And that will do everything you want?
That will get us up to date with it being digital. You're getting away from the analog system, digital, and it's programmable to where right now the one that we have.
So even if
is
your
not.
needs change going forward, you'll be able to meet them.
Yes, and we can work on it ourselves. We can actually do the reprogramming ourselves through your phones. Well, through our phones or our computer, the PC at the station. I'm gonna, like I said, I sent the email to Marissa O'Malley at the county, and I asked for a meeting, and she said not a problem, she'll gladly meet with us. Want to try to see if we can get our dispatch procedures, either eliminate the 5-minute tone, the 5-minute retone altogether, but there's an NFPA guideline, National Fire Protection Association, that everybody tries to follow. So I think that's what the county's going after. They're trying to adhere to the NFPA standard. And I understand, that they have a job to do. They need to get the people, they need to get the resources to the scene. It doesn't matter what colors the trucks or what it says on the door, they need to get the people there. But we just need to work with our residents.
Gwen, can you put this on the legislative meeting?
Yes.
Because we can actually bring it up for vote at the legislative meeting, am I right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I do not have I just, rough numbers for what we had last year. I do not have a full report. I'll have that hopefully next week. They changed our old programming, was NFIRS, that we used to report to. That went by the wayside, so now we're doing NARIS, which is a National Emergency Reporting Incident System, I believe it's what it stands for. And it's just been a total nightmare to do, because I'm doing it all myself.
It's an upgrade.
It is an upgrade, but it's more involved.
Right,
Every
that's what I
time-
mean, they always upgrade it and make it harder.
Every time we go to do something, we just got hit with another $500 bill for the CAD interface to get the CAD system linked to this new program that where it dumps all of our information, like from the county, our run assignment. It dumps the times, the units, the trucks, and it puts it into this program. And that, we didn't know when we signed on, that's another $500, another $300 for the other app. Our treasurer's ready to shoot me.
You know what, Bill, but, we'll bring it up and vote on it
Yeah.
I mean,
At the next
anything we would greatly appreciate. We want to move forward. Tommy O'Neill, most of you know Tommy, he's our secretary treasurer. He had reached out to two of the individuals that keep sending the emails and apologized, said, look, there's a lot that goes into this. We're not just going to make a decision and not get all our ducks in a row. So we brought it up at the meeting. We're going to see how this works out between us and the township. And then we're going to write a letter to them, to the 9 people who sent the letter. I heard that there's a petition going around. They confronted one of our guys, said, "Oh, hey, we didn't sign the petition, but it's going around." So we'll see where that goes.
Okay.
And it sounds like this is a reasonable fix. Sounds like this.
We think so, and being able to still keep it. I mean, there's other municipalities that just quit using a siren altogether. So I don't know if
I don't
that's,
think in a rural area that really works very well.
Here at work, we hear Coriopolis and Neville, because they run mutual aid, they run joint calls. Coriopolis goes off for 2 minutes,
Yes, it does.
up and down, up and down, up and down. And you hear, they had a call today.
I always think the world blew up when Coriopolis goes off, because it goes on
Well, yeah.
forever.
They had a call today, and it was Coriopolis, Groveton, and Neville. So you have 3 companies, and those 3 companies all have sirens. So they're all mutual aid, they're all the next.
I still have the
community over.
text on my phone today of people texting me saying, what is going on with all these sirens?
So you can really hear Coriopolis' siren, especially up on top in the manor, Grandview. It's like it's in your front yard sometimes.
Yeah.
It all depends on the atmosphere.
Comes right through the back window at Wilpin. It does. Comes right through the bedroom. Well, a quick question on the other side, because I'm trying to program a radio. Do you dispatch on North Fire Dispatch 1?
No,
What do you do?
or North Fire 4,
Dispatch 4?
yes.
What's
dispatch
your
4.
op station?
5, North 5.
North Fire 5.
And that's a whole another issue. We've been having problems for over 2 years now with our North Fire 5 getting interference. And through the county's investigation, they actually found out that it was a TV channel in Saginaw, Michigan that was interfering with our frequency. So they reached out and got new frequencies for the county, for North Fire 5 and PD 11. Police, all the Quaker Valley companies are on PD 11. They still, 2 years, have not gotten it finalized. So I sent an email to the director at the county, and this was in the first week of February, and asked, can we get an update so we can bring it back to our board with the fire companies? And the reply was, NFL, we're preparing for the NFL draft. We will address the radio issues.
Nothing burns during a draft.
So we're taking the back seat to the NFL draft for public safety.
Yeah, nothing burns during a draft. Well, thank you.
And that's all I have, so I do appreciate the.
You'll have an answer after
Yeah.
next Monday's meeting.
Okay,
We can't
we appreciate
We
it.
can't vote tonight because it's a workshop meeting, so we have to move it onto the legislative meeting.
I asked Gwen today
Oh.
after work if she's bringing a checkbook with her. I don't see it.
Yeah, we have to hold it over to the legislative
I
meeting,
got
but,
you, I just,
yeah. No, we
appreciate your
will,
time.
we will put it on the agenda for vote for the legislative meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Nice
all you did,
meeting
buddy. Stay safe. Any further discussion, question?
On that?
Yeah.
If we give, I don't know what you're thinking, if we give all or part, if we give, say we approve half of it, how does the other half get paid? They have a budget?
The
they
fire
would-
department would have to pay it But you have to know, and I know Art knows this because we've talked about it after other conferences and stuff. Currently, the fire, not so much the police because most of them are paid by contract, but fire and EMS both have shoestring budgets that are probably tighter than your grocery budget. They truly are on shoestring budgets because it's tied to all kind of crazy reimbursement issues and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm sitting here thinking $5,200, you know, out of my budget is doable. I'm gonna pay that to cut a tree down. But $5,200 out of a fire department budget is
Is
significant.
significant, yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, anything that we could do or somebody could do or whatever to take that off, takes it off of another project. Because this, I doubt very much was, Bull can contradict me if I'm wrong, but I doubt very much that this was a budgeted item in this year's budget. So to get $5,200, they have to steal it from somewhere else.
Zero
And it's just not on paper like it is in some budgets.
Mhm.
Whatever that other thing is, has to be pushed to next year or the next budget or whatever. It just isn't there.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it just really isn't there.
The $5,200 does not even cover equipment for one firefighter.
Right.
For coat, pants, jacket, we just bought new boots, they're $600 a pair for boots now. We used to pay like $250 a pair.
Their
For
bunker
5
gear,
years
is your
ago.
bunker gear running like $6,000 or something? I know EMS
Oh,
bunker gear is at like $3,400 and it's nowhere near what you guys
I
are
think
wearing.
it's $6,600 or $6,700
And it has to be replaced.
every 10 years.
Every 10 years it has to be replaced because it's no longer rated as fire protectant. So, I mean, EMS is half of that. We have more people, but it's a lot of money to maintain a fire department and there's not a lot of money there. There's not reimbursement there.
I'll remember that next time I get that envelope in the mail.
I did forget to mention, May 30th is the open house.
Yay, good hot dogs.
Yeah. they're
Not so
going-
good hamburgers, but they're okay.
No, they're,
I'm kidding.
last year we had a hot dog company come in.
Your hot dogs really are good.
This guy was amazing.
Yeah, your hot dogs are really good.
Is that's Saturday? Yep, Saturday, May 30th? Is it like
Yes.
generally like 11 to 3 or something like that?
11 to 3.
11 to
11 to 3 on the 30th. And they're gonna try to direct some of the stuff more towards the, I mean, we've always done stuff for the kids, but they're talking about doing games and the bouncy house and stuff like that for the kids.
Fun.
I'm sorry, what's the date?
May 30th,
May 30th.
May
Saturday,
30th.
May 30th.
Okay,
You can come jump around the bouncy house, we can bring the gavel.
yeah.
You like to have a good time, don't you?
Bring the gavel.
I have a thing, if you can't have fun at it, you probably shouldn't do it.
I agree.
Okay, thank you to our special guests.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Compass Minerals, non-renewal of the salt contract, sounds like something I need training wheels for. Gwen?
So we participate in the SHACOG, which stands for South Hills Area Council of Governments. They do a large salt contract every year or every 5 years normally. And we participate on that, and so that's the purchasing
Oh, I
agreement
remember this, okay.
that we buy our salt through. So we order a certain quantity every year. We're required to purchase between 80 and 120%, give or take, depending on the contract, of the quantity that we order. So last year was the first year that it went out to bid, and Cargill did not win. It's always been Cargill or Morton, which is another large salt company.
Morton Salt, makes
Morton
sense.
Salt. Compass Minerals won the bid last year, and they decided they're not gonna renew for it's usually 1 year and then like 4 option years. And they decided they were not gonna renew because they were not able to meet the terms of the contract this year. Everyone had trouble getting their salt deliveries on time. Barges were stuck in frozen rivers, but also I think a lot of people think that they maybe didn't understand this market and they were new to this area and didn't understand that. And we'd had some mild winters and then suddenly we didn't have one. So it was just kind of a bad situation. So we're still waiting for salt that we ordered a month so ago. We're okay, obviously it's getting warm and this is just finishing out our purchasing. But a lot of the communities around here and in the South Hills order from them and have had problems getting their salt on time. So we are actually able to file for some small damages against some of our final invoices for them not being able to deliver it within the contract terms. So I don't know that anyone's sad that this arrangement didn't work out, so Shaycog is working on a new bid packet and they're gonna be putting it out, so we're just gonna, right now, we're just gonna follow along. There's nothing that needs to be done now, just letting you know that we don't currently have one, but Shaycog is working on it. The executive director of Shaycog is Patrick Connors, who used to be the Quaker Valley Cog executive director for 5 years, so
Oh, that's where he went.
he left our cog to go to
That's
this
right,
one.
okay.
So he's working on it and he'll let us know when a new bid goes out and we will just kind of hopefully tag along on that one. Probably gonna be a higher price simply because
Everything
they
is.
now, it's in that, plus they now know that
They got
this
you.
one didn't work, so they can bid a little higher on the next one. So we might get Cargill back at a slightly higher rate than their prior bid, but just keeping you informed that this contract is over, and we'll let you know when the next one comes along for you guys to.
Super.
Do you know what the time frame is for?
He said he was hoping to have a July, he's hoping to award it in July, so he will get stuff to us in June, hopefully, like, get the bid packet done and issued in June, and then we would be accepting, because each municipality enters into their own contract with the bid winner, so you guys, it will be brought to you guys to award individually, our contract.
Okay.
So I
Super.
will keep you informed.
Other than Chief and Tim, do we have any other citizen participation?
Did you want to give an ALOM
Can we
update?
give the ALOM update?
Oh, sure, the thing I skipped.
I think he's skipped.
Yeah.
My,
I wanna
my
hear-
training wheel just
I wanna hear
balanced
about
me over.
that.
Every once in a while, just so you know, when I lean like this, my training wheel has come into place.
So
The
this
spring
past-
conference.
Yes, this past weekend was the large spring conference held at Seven Springs. And ALOM, which is Allegheny League of Municipalities, so it's attended by municipalities and authorities and vendors and everyone for this region gets together, and municipal learning is what it is. So Art went, Jed went, and I went for Aleppo. Anna was there, and other Annas and other people from BAPS, and you know, it's just, everybody goes.
You've been cloned.
Yeah,
I have
so, we had there were lots of different education sessions on lots of topics, so Art was gonna tell you the couple of things that interested him, and then I'll tell you the other things that I went to.
Super.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta do it,
We-
Art. Art, you have the
Okay.
floor.
I've never been there before. Just being an engineer, there were 17 presentations.
Over how many days?
Three.
This was 3 days?
And the time frames ran from about either 8 or 9 o'clock, depending,
Mm-hmm,
until about dinner time.
mm-hmm.
And we were all running up and down the halls feverishly to get to the next slot. And, it was very good. I think this was my fourth one, and quite frankly, I have learned something every time. And this was no difference. For instance, the very first thing that came up was a subject of strategies for blight situation,
Blight?
blight, bad housing. Keeping in mind that I'm representing the COG. And the presentation, I knew nothing about this subject, quite frankly. I had been vaguely in one on about 3 years ago, but they had, the people that put this one on really did a very, very, very good job. What was the lady's name? Adams?
Ann Lewis,
Ann Lewis? Yes. She really knows her stuff, and pointed out to us all of the legalities and the steps that you have to go through in order to take an asset that is not yours, one way or the other. And she also gave us the 2 or 3 different ways that we would be able to get it blighted if possible. and one was, they said, and then there's the C word, which stood for conservatory.
Conservatorship.
Conservatory.
Yeah, don't tell me
That's
that's,
the one that has the
Yeah.
toughest.
don't tell me you wanna do that.
Yeah, that's some
No, no,
paperwork.
no, 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 I'm just telling you that these things exist.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I'm, love to have.
Welcome to some legal fees.
Oh, yeah, and legal fees and about 4 to 5 year period of time to get that done. So this is not something that you do lightly, and even though it's emotional and they impact their people's lives in certain streets and certain, this is not something that you take lightly at all whatsoever. So I was appreciative of that, and also appreciative of how well it was presented. What was it? Oh, yeah, the very first thing that came up on the slate was the storm sewer situations. And that one, I know, goes on and on and on. So I'm just telling you, it was on these block again. And so it was a sizable, it was the largest one I've ever been to in terms of nose count.
Yeah, a lot of people.
There were 450 to 500 people there. And we also had some good speakers. The lady that represented the Allegheny County really cut the mustard, in my opinion. Yeah, she was a good speaker. So that was my,
So we went to a lot of the same sessions, but we also split because there were some concurrent sessions. So
Yeah.
one of mine was the landslide insurance that Valerie Gaines
Yes.
was in here talking about.
Yes,
Her co-sponsor, Emily Kincaid, was there, and she said, reach out to state senators to express support. It moved out of the House and is into the Senate and is in committee, but, any support. And that, again, like Valerie said, it's a bill that was supposed to work like mine subsidence insurance, so
yeah, that's a good one.
that's a good one.
yeah.
There was a lot of conversation about reassessment and proposals to do a countywide reassessment. I think the county council is working on setting it up to require reassessments every 5 years or something, like just get it on a schedule rather than just do it and then wait until everybody complains again. So that one, they tried to explain, another county council representative was very good at explaining how it's revenue neutral, so most people will see either their taxes stay the same or go down. Some will see their taxes go up, but it does kind of level the playing field for people who live on the same street with the same kind of house, and one person's has an assessment of $100,000, and the same house next door has an assessment for $500,000. So it is a way to just kind of level it. When the reassessment went through in 2012, the township was required to reduce the millage because we're not allowed to have a windfall. We're not allowed to hey, everybody got reassessed. Look at all this money we get. We had to reduce our millage to keep our revenue within 5% of the past. So it isn't a ploy to suddenly get everybody to get more money. So there's that. I went to some financial sessions. We did some PennDOT sessions, stormwater session about EMS and how they're trying. A couple companies are working on creating an authority. We already have an ambulance authority.
We actually
here.
were the first authority in the state. So.
Yeah, so a couple other groups in other parts of the county are working on doing that. I think it was people out by Harrison Township and stuff are working on that. The solicitors panel is always interesting, where each solicitor gives a little 5-minute summary of a topic, and then you get to ask questions. So, yeah, it was
Super.
there was information at every turn. So
Super.
And they had almost every room that I walked into the seats were full.
yeah, there was a good
And there
turnout.
were
Good.
surprisingly salient questioners.
I'll just make a pitch. The fall conference will not be in Erie this year. It will be in Cranberry, and it will be much more accessible for everybody.
Oh, fun. When is
And
it?
that is the one that I'm a solicitor for.
When is it?
It will be
October.
October,
Second?
it's normally, let me tell you. It will be October 16th, 17th. Yes, so I will get you a reminder when that goes out, but that is a good one for folks who are looking for some educational sessions and close to home and
Local,
easy.
yeah, you don't have to commit to
Yes.
going out of town for it.
Mhm.
Are you going after the same body count? Or,
I
so to
hope,
speak?
I hope so. I hope so. I
I'll
doubt
bring
so,
my
but I
gavel,
hope
we can
so.
increase it.
Yes,
And Francis, for information, this conference, you have to sign up for this one like January 1st, because it sells out, the hotels sell out. So you weren't here yet,
Mhm.
but the township budgets for every commissioner to go to one conference year, that's what the budget is built on. So next year, if you wanna go to this one, there'll
Mhm.
be a budget for you to attend that. Or if you wanna go to these like smaller day classes, we have some budget for that too.
Okay, that's
So
good to know.
we'll
Thank
just
you.
keep you
Thank
in the
you.
loop. This one came up, we already had to be registered before you
Mhm.
came on the
Mhm.
scene, so.
Okay, any citizen participation other than Mr. Kelly and Mr. Davis? Okay, without further ado, I adjourn the meeting at 7:50.